It's time for some leftovers. Stay tuned. What's going on, comic friends? It's Ryan the Colossus Collector, and thank you once again for stopping by my channel. So, 2023 was a crazy year. I've been talking about it lately. Bought tons and tons and tons of books. Then right at the end of November, I got my Iron Man 55 First Thanos, my FF52 First Black Panther. Those were my last two monster purchases for the year. And then I got into December and I got into my buying freeze, started reassessing what I wanted to do, how I want to buy comics going into 2024, and I've continued that into this first month of 2024. That said, though, all through October, November, I wasn't just buying those two monster books. I had been buying other books. And those books started to kind of come in and pile up, and then, you know, more purchases have started to arrive in December after I had bought them previous to that. And they kind of just stacked up a little bit. And I got very busy with things going on in December, holiday stream, a few other videos I was doing, Christmas lead up to holidays, then Christmas itself, and then I got sick, and blah, 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 on and on and on. And I had this stack of comics that I never really got to shoot a video, show anywhere. Maybe one or two I ended up showing in a live stream of some kind, either on another channel or on my own. But pretty much, they've just been sitting here waiting for their opportunity. These beautiful leftover comic books that got overlooked, but now it's their time in the spotlight. Now it's time to feast our eyes on some beautiful comic books that I got during the last couple months of the year before I went on my buying freeze. By no means is this an FF52 or an Iron Man 55 type level of book, but there are some very, very nice books in here, and also just some cool books as well. So I wanted to give them an opportunity to shine, show them off on my channel. Perfect time to do it since I'm not really buying a lot right now anyways. So let's get into some very deliciously beautiful comic books from 2023. All right, let's hop into this stack of leftover books. And so, as you know, I'm a Submariner run collector. I'm collecting that Silver Age Submariner run. And to start off this pile, I have a few Submariner comic books that I got. Some of these I actually already have. So some of them are a little bit of an upgrade on what I have. Some aren't, but were really, really crazy deals that I ended up picking up an extra copy of. So this first one is Submariner number 2, Cry Triton. Submariner takes on Triton from the Inhumans. This book I have already in the run, but it has a subscription crease that is color breaking. So this one does not have that one. This one is a better presenting copy than that copy that I already have. I still would like to get, my goal when I started my Submariner run was to get it in pretty high grade. I definitely have a lot of high grade books in there, but at some point along the way I also started just picking up some here and there that weren't up to that standard that I wanted this run to be at. So I definitely still have some work to do in terms of making sure that I upgrade eventually the whole run so that it is that really nice high-end grade run that I want it to be. So this one still even could get an upgrade. It's got some spine ticks. Of course, black covers are always very, very tricky, especially in the Silver Age. But this is definitely a better presenting copy than the one I have, so grabbed it. Nice to have it. It's the second issue in the whole run, so those low numbers are especially more valuable too. So can never really have too many copies of those early issues. Next up, I've got Submariner number 3, and the battle with Triton continues. This is a pretty nice copy. The only thing is it's a white cover, so, or white background cover, so it's hard to get those pretty nicely white Silver Age books. The paper ages, the whites go a little bit yellow, so that's definitely happened on this one. I still think I could find an upgrade. I'd love to find one that was a little bit nicer white, but it'd be pretty much almost impossible to find like a crisp white copy. I honestly don't even know if one exists. The paper just ages, right? But this is a pretty decent copy, and one I didn't have already, so nice to add Submariner 3 into the run. Next up, I've got Submariner number 4, another black cover. This one features a Tuma. It is a really cool book. I actually already have a pretty decent grade of this one, but this was kind of in a... I don't remember if I got them all kind of as a lot or if I got these Submariner books just really cheap and I just grabbed a bunch of them. So Submariner 4, another double duplicate in the run, but it's not a terrible presenting copy. It's got a few ticks and stuff. I'll have to compare it to the one I have. I think the one I have is still slightly higher grade, but yeah, just grabbed it up during this whole frenzy of Submariner books because it was cheap. All right, another Submariner book. This is number 6, and this is a pretty nice copy again. Like, these are all high mid-grade books. I would say this would fall maybe somewhere around a 7. It's got some spine ticks, but the colors are really nice. It displays really well. I think all these books would actually would really benefit from a nice little clean and press, simple clean and press, and slide them into a Mylar. Mylars do wonders for these kinds of books, so I might do that. That might be a project I take on in the next little while. Try and rebag and board them and give them a quick little clean and press, a little buff, and make them pop even more. So happy to have this one. I'm pretty sure this one is one I don't have, so nice to have that one in the PC. All right, a little bit later of an issue. This is Submariner number 57. Another really cool Submariner cover. I swear every cover in this run is awesome. And this one's great too. More blacks, so those ticks really show up. There are a decent amount here. I'd say it's around a 665. Definitely not as high as I'd like it to be, so this will be an upgrade candidate, but scooped it up again, just cheap, and yeah, cool to have it, but definitely want to upgrade. Alright, the end of the Submariner books and on to some different Marvel books. This is Nova number 2, and this is a pretty nice copy. Definitely in the 9s. This is, of course, the second appearance of Nova. Now, it's not a huge money book, super valuable by any means, but it is the second appearance, and it's worth a little bit of money. Just, it's not a dollar book by any means, and it is in high grade. Nice to have it. I think I already have a copy, so I have now 2 copies of Nova 2. I got one in that big Heritage auction lot that I got in the fall, and that one was definitely not the same price range or the same quality range as this one. So nice to have it in a really nice high grade. All right, this next one is a really sharp copy of Silver Surfer number 10. Again, another run with really nice colors and nice covers, great cover art. This one is really good quality, high quality, very minor little things, but like the spine's really clean. Definitely a high grade copy of this book. I don't know if I'll hold on to it long term. I really don't know how to get rid of books. That's my problem. Just selling books is difficult for me. Unless you throw them on eBay, but they sit for a long period of time. I don't have the following as a seller, so I can't really do claim sales or even like posts on IG. I don't really get the bites. It's also not a good time to be selling books anyways. But maybe one day I'll find kind of my way of getting rid of books a little bit more easy, and this might be one that I sell. Or maybe I'll get to a point where I want the run, and I'll already have this one in a high grade. So pretty cool book, and happy to have it. Alright, now we get into some pretty cool books. So I did a video of my top 10 Venom covers in my collection, and these next two books are ones that I really wish I could have had on that list, because they would have definitely made the list. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 347. This is just an epic Erik Larsen cover. I think even in that video I spoke of, there's a couple Erik Larsen Venom covers that I really wish I had. This was one of them. Awesome Venom cover. He's the guy who introduced Venom to have that Venom, spewing from his mouth. He really kind of took Venom to another level. From Todd McFarlane, obviously, the Todd father created the character. I love the Todd era of Venom, but I also just liked how he evolved, got a little bit more vicious or animalistic when Erik Larsen got hold of the character. Pretty cool covers, and really happy to have this one. And that one goes obviously really well with the precursor to that one, ASM 346. This incredible Venom close-up with the Venom poison coming from the mouth and the teeth. Such a cool cover, and Spider-Man reflected in the eyes. Yeah, this is one of the best Venom covers of all time, and really excited to have both of these in my PC. I feel like I've got those real early Venom covers that are iconic now, and as a Venom fan, I'm happy to have them. And yeah, they're both also really like minty, nice copies as well. Alright, next up, speaking of symbiotes, not necessarily a symbiote cover or book, but this is Amazing Spider-Man 344, and this is the first appearance of Cletus Kasady. It's also the first appearance of this villain here, Cardiac. Small, minor ASM key, but definitely worth having, and got this at the same time as those Venom books. Definitely a cool one to have. This is also a point on our Series 3 Marvel card game that Absolute Game of Nerds puts on, so had to grab this one up. Nice to have this one. Alright, so this one I got super cheap in some sale. It's not even a great copy. There's spine ticks all over, but I just grabbed it because it's cool and I didn't have it. It's Wolverine number 17, and just look at that cover. I mean, can Wolverine get more badass than that? I don't know. There's lots out there, but this is definitely one of the iconic Wolverine covers. Art by the incredible John Byrne. It's one of the best Wolverine poses of all time. Incredible cover. One day I will get this in high grade, but for now I have it and love it. Alright, coming down to the wire and coming down to some of the bigger books that I grabbed. This one's really cool. Not a great copy, but it's actually pretty good copy. It needs a press. But this is Daredevil number 38, and this is just a beautiful Doctor Doom cover. It goes very, very well with my Daredevil 37 with Doctor Doom right over here. I definitely really love this cover. I've been wanting to get it for a while, so nice to have it. Like I said, it's not the best grade in the world, but I got it for a great deal. I'm sure, otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. Yeah, it just needs a good press for sure, and it'll be in much better shape. But really iconic Daredevil Doom cover. So, I spoke of the Todd father, Todd McFarlane, earlier, and this is one of his most iconic covers he's ever done. This is Hulk 340, the classic Wolverine claw Hulk reflection cover. It's I mean, it's been homaged, it's been talked about, it's iconic. I mean, people say, oh, it's iconic, it's iconic. This is iconic. Like, this is a book that has pure value only because of the cover. There's no key significance to this book. It is because it's one of the most revered pieces of cover art ever made, and it was cool to get. I grabbed it on, I believe it was a Whatnot sale from Reese's Rare Comics. Never bought from them before, but it was a really good deal, and nobody scooped it up, so I did, and I didn't have this one. Cool to add it to my PC. One day I'd love to get this one in a higher grade and have it graded, have it slabbed, whether I buy it slabbed or not. Just definitely want it in a higher grade, but it's nice to have for now. It's got some spine ticks. It's kind of mid-grade copy, but definitely worth what I paid for it, and cool to have this iconic Todd McFarlane art. Coming down to the wire, so this was a really great pickup that I got off of IG towards the end of the year, and this is the Avengers number 47, Epic Magneto versus his children, Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff on the cover. This is also the first appearance of Dane Whitman, who a little bit later becomes the next iteration of the Black Knight. Obviously, Dane Whitman was in the MCU in the Eternals movie. I did not buy that because of spec on Dane Whitman. I think if there was a money book in Dane Whitman, it would be that first Black Knight book. But I think this is a really great copy of Avengers with an iconic villain on the cover. I've just always liked the book. I've always wanted the book purely because the Magneto cover and appearance. This is like an 8590. It's a really nice copy of it, and I got it for a really good deal. So really happy and excited to have this part of my PC, and yeah, one of my sleeper grabs of the last quarter of 2023. Alright, finally, I've shown this book definitely on a stream. I can't even remember where, but I don't know why it never made it into one of my videos, because it's a great book. It is Marvel graphic novel number 4, the first appearance of the New Mutants. And this is a big magazine size issue graphic novel, but it is the first appearance of the New Mutants, and just a really big mutant X-Men world key to have. And I got it it's in pretty good shape. You know, these books are a little bit tricky because of the black. There's definitely some issues with it, some scratches and stuff maybe on the back. I definitely remember seeing that, but it's like pretty nice. I would say this is high grade, probably an 8 or higher. Could be in the 9s though. Like it really is a nice book. I haven't really given it a good hard look, and assessment. I don't know if I'll grade it or not, but definitely cool to have. Lots of first appearances in this one, and I got it for a pretty good deal. I believe I bought it off of eBay. And yeah, I was just really excited to pick this one up and add it to the PC. I'm always on the lookout for those mutant keys, those X-Men related books, so nice to get this one last year and into my PC. So that is it for this leftover comic haul video. I know my eyes feasted on these when going through the pile again. I hope yours did too. It was very satisfying. I'm super happy that I could finally get these into a video. I think just, you know, I kept meaning to get to them, and it started becoming sort of this pile of books that, oh, you know, when I need a video that and I'm out of ideas or I'm out of books to show, I could go to this pile. And so there's always things to do and always videos to show, but it was definitely time to give these books a look and show them off on the channel. So happy to do that, and nice little... that's the last unfinished business of 2023. It's all 2024 from this point forward. And I hope that I'll have some more books in the future, sooner rather than later, to show. But there's plenty of stuff that's going to be happening on the channel, so don't you worry about it. I want to just plug, before we go, that I have this new show, this new live stream show called The Council of X here on my channel. It's going every other week. It's either on Fridays or Mondays, every other week. And it comprises of anybody I've ever had on a live stream for my X-Men Collector chats. It's basically an X-Men collector and or fan club here on my channel, here on YouTube, and we get together every 2 weeks and just nerd out on X-Men, nerd out on books, stories, anything to do with mutants, MCU, all that stuff. We just have a really good time. A lot of great guys in the council now, and we're definitely going to add more as we continue to do X-Men Collector chats as well on my channel. So I just want to plug that and say, look out for those shows. Join us every other week for that. Get in the chat and talk with us. You know, you could be part of the conversation as well. So just wanted to plug that, and hope to see you on our next live stream. So if you liked this video, maybe you'd like to check out my recent unboxing video, or maybe you'd like to check out my most recent and very first inaugural Council of X session. That was a really great time. Check it out, and until the next time, keep collecting.